Lisa Whelchel was on hand when Jennifer Aniston revived her role as Blair Warner on the Facts of Life live TV event on Tuesday evening. And the blonde beauty, who hails from Texas, told Extra that she thought the Friends vet did an amazing job. "Are you kidding? Jen Aniston would not have had to say one word and I would have been honored that she played the part, but she just killed it. She was amazing," said the mother of two. The star added, "I showed up fangirling about everybody but I didn't expect that this was the show they grew up with. It went both ways, and that was a nice surprise." Extra's Billy Bush also asked how Lisa stays so young looking. When he asked if she was vegan, she shot back, "No, I'm Southern. I am like the opposite of vegan." Billy went on, "Lisa, last night you sang the theme song for the Facts of Life. Absolutely note for note. To perfection. That must have been a nerve-wracking deal." She told him, "Yes, I had a wonderful time last night. It was so much fun. It was a little bit scary." Lisa continued, "I haven't sung in decades. My little in-ear monitors weren't working, so I was freaking out in the middle of the song, but at some point you've got to go. You take the good, you take the bad. That's not a bad thing to remember." The actress also said she missed Nancy McKeon, who played Jo on the show. "It was sad not to have the four of us together, but it's always fun," said the star. Explaining Nancy's absence, she said, "Nancy was home and they just recently moved and her kids just got into school, so it was difficult for her to make the trip out." She said the ladies keep in touch. "We have a little group thread we call the Sisters Thread." Billy wondered, "How much is Nancy like Jo?" Whelchel dished, "She is as much like Jo as I am like Blair, which is very little. Lisa does not seem to age, as she looked incredibly young when appearing on the ABC special live in front of a studio audience, the Facts of Life and Different Strokes event that aired on Tuesday evening." The blonde beauty, 58, was seen at the end of the Facts of Life episode as she posed with two of her co-stars from the hit series, which aired from 1979 to 1988. Fans were in awe of how Lisa looked exactly the same as she did almost 40 years ago when she played Blair Warner on the popular primetime sitcom about an all-girls school. "She does not age," said one fan as another commented, "I want what she's eating to look so young." With her thick blonde hair worn in the same side part that Blair wore and with the iconic waves fans admired in the 80s, and with her rust and blue school uniform on, it looked like time had stood still for this beauty. The actress looked exactly the same as she did almost 40 years ago as looker Blair went on the Facts of Life. Jennifer Aniston had slipped into the role of Blair for the revisited episode of Facts of Life, which also starred Jason Bateman, Kathryn Hahn, Jon Stewart, and Will Arnett, and was produced by Aniston's pal Jimmy Kimmel. Lisa was seen at the end of the hilarious and also heartwarming reenactment as she posed in the kitchen with her co-stars Kim Fields and Mindy Cohn while talking to host and producer Kimmel. Whelchel was standing in the middle as she said to Kimmel that she was thrilled to see Facts of Life being brought back to life so many decades later. She appeared to have no wrinkles and her looks had not changed one bit as her hair looked full and spectacular. Lisa wore the school uniform nicely as well, with a rust-colored buttoned vest over her light blue dress shirt with a dark blue tie. And her rust-A-line skirt fitted just so to show off her curves. Offstage was the show's creator Norman Lear, 99, whom Lisa acknowledged and thanked. The show seemed to be just as good with Aniston in the role Lisa played, spoiled and popular Blair who rules the school. The episode that was recreated saw Blair getting caught up in a prank that hurt the feelings of a brace-face nerd, played by Stewart, who had a crush on her. Aniston and Stewart ended up having a date after he bid on her boxed lunch for charity. She is not happy about it, but ends up creating a bond with the school after they realize they both have a love for art. The show was a massive hit in the late 80s and early 90s, making Lisa's snooty character Blair one of the most iconic of the era. She gained a massive fan following and was labeled an it girl for her generation. The show's setup, originally set at the prestigious Eastland School for Young Women, house mother Mrs. Garrett is the caretaker and confidant of a special group of girls. Over time, this group shrinks to be centered on only 4 young women: wealthy and spoiled Blair, gossipy Tootie, eager to please Natalie and tough girl Jo. Over the years, the girls graduate from school, and the storylines evolve with them. Lisa has led a relatively quiet life since Facts of Life ended in 1988. At age 25 in year 1988, the Texas native and born-again Christian wed pastor Steve Cobble, with whom she had 3 children, Tucker, 31, Haven, 30, and Clancy, 29. She claimed in her 2001 autobiography that she was encouraged by her father to marry Steve, who was one of the pastors at her church. After they wed, they lived in Sherman Oaks, California for many years before moving to Lantana, Texas in 2006. Whelchel seemed to settle nicely with her husband and kids, even writing several Christian-themed books and running the women's support group Mom Time Ministries, which she founded in 2000. In 2012 she divorced Cobble. And in December 2019 Lisa wed Pete Harris. The stunner has also popped up on TV movies like 2014's For Better or For Worse, with her Facts co-star Fields, as well as a stint on the reality TV show Survivor. She last worked as the host of Collector's Call from 2019 until 2020.